Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Today I'm going to use a stamp set that I haven't used in a while. It's the A Good Man stamp set and it's one of the ones from the annual catalogue. And I'm also going to use a tiny little scrap of DSP that I found. Now this designer series paper is from the Forever Greenery set and the colours are Garden Green, Just Jade, Pear Pizzazz, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, Soft Seafoam and Whisper White. And if you've watched me for a little while, you know that green is not one of my go-to colours. I really have to work hard at using green. But this designer series paper is beautiful and it is all green. So I really challenged myself this last month to use some of this paper, and you might have seen the Harvest Hello set where I made the little apples and the cards for the teachers. I used the backing of this one, and I have used this before quite a while ago. I think it was a March challenge that I did to use green, and I think that's really the last time I used green. So I'm trying really hard. And I had these little pieces of paper already cut. So I thought I would try and use that. And I remembered a card that I'd seen Brian King make. And it was a layout of his that I really liked. And so I'm going to try and recreate that layout. I'm not sure what his actual sizings were or anything. So I just went with my own measurements. And I have made the actual design before, just not in green. So let me show you what I started to do. First, I used a soft seafoam, and this is actually quite a pretty pale green. Just got a little mark on there from when I cut it, so I'm just going over that with my bone folder. So that's going to be the base of our card. And then I've cut a piece of Whisper White and a piece of Old Olive. And I chose that colour because it's quite prominent in this piece of designer series paper. I could have chosen the Shaded Spruce or that's the soft seafoam that we've got here, but I could have used this Shaded Spruce, and it is really, really pretty and I liked it. But when I looked at the Old Olive, I thought, you know, this Shaded Spruce is a bit more, a bit safer for me. So I made myself use this one. And if you check on my blog, my craftsbythebow.blogspot.com, all the sizings are on there. So, and it will also show you, as well as measurements, it will show you everything I've used. So that's going to be on the front of our card. And can you see how it's only got a tiny weeny little border? And that's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted the white to make this Old Olive pop off the base card. So let's get that all stuck together. I have already done the stamping. I just didn't attach anything, and I didn't make a first card to show you. So you'll have to trust me on this one, that it is a really nice design. And as I say, I'm sure it was Brian King, and I made it quite a couple of years ago. So if you're looking for it, you might have to go back a couple of years on his blog to find the actual card. And I think it was made with that Love What You Do set when he made it. Okay, so what I want to do for the inside is reverse this. I want to make where this white layer is, I want to do that in Old Olive, and the white layer that will become the top is sort of the same measurements. It's just reversed, and I've already got those cut. So this is the same size as the white piece, and my white piece is the same size as the Old Olive piece. And because this card is actually going to be for my dad, I stamped just this one image of a dad holding a little girl. So I'm going to get that put in as well. I'm not going to colour it in. I do like to colour, as you know, but for this card I just wanted it to be sort of simple and so that the picture shone out, but it wasn't all bright and coloured. Let's see, let's pop that inside. Okay. And I could have just used a piece of Whisper White, then that would have worked as well. But I wanted this little colour just to pop out a bit more. Okay. So then for the front, I had this little piece of the designer series paper, and I've made it so that when I put it on here, I'm actually going to put it on here with a piece of vellum underneath. But I've cut it so that the vellum is exactly the same size and that they will go just like this. I like that one to go left, and then I like this one to sort of stand straight. So you can see just a little bit of the vellum underneath. I just wanted it to lift it a tiny bit. I didn't want it to be another colour or, you know, something else from the paper. I just wanted something to lift the colour a little bit. Now, when you attach vellum, it can be a bit tricky because you can see through vellum. And the Stampin' Up! Vellum is really thick. You can feel it's almost like a cardstock. So all I'm going to do to attach it, because you won't see much of this vellum, is I'm just going to put a couple of glue dots on. And that will keep it stuck down. It is really strong, this vellum. Okay. And I'm going to arrange this piece first. I know that I want it on an angle, but I don't want the edges coming over the old olive. So, there. That looks fairly level to me. Okay, and then this piece, I'm just going to put some glue on. And I want it to be sort of square with the rest of the layers. So the only piece that's on an angle is that vellum. And I'm not going to have it glued right down all the way around. I like it to sort of be standing off just a little bit, and it gives that extra little bit of dimension. Okay, so that's the base of our card all done. And next, what I did was I chose this sentiment. The being a good dad starts with a being a good man. And that's my sentiment for the whole card. And what I did was I stamped in Memento Black, and I stamped the sentiment twice because I wasn't sure which of them I wanted to use. And I took one of the new die sets that I haven't really played with very much. And this is from the Hippo Happiness set. And the dies are actually called Hippo and Friends dies. And I didn't buy it for the hippos and everything. I actually bought it for all of these shapes. And I've chosen one of each. I've chosen the smallest of this shape, whatever that shape is called, and then the second from the smallest of this stitched one. And because I didn't know which one I wanted, I did try just putting the die on here, and I liked them both. So I thought I would cut out one of each. And so actually my eye goes straight away to the stitched ones because I do like stitched dies. And that's a really nice shape on there, but I already know that I'm going to use this one. I'm so predictable. Okay. And that's all I'm going to put on. Now, I could do a little bit, this is the Just Jade ribbon. I could do a little bit of ribbon on there. Let's see. Make sort of like a little loop. Pop a ribbon on there. Yeah, I think that's what I might just do. So let's find some scissors. See, I hadn't really got this planned all the way because I wanted to make it with you. But the only thing I knew what I was going to do was this one piece of designer series paper already cut to the right length. So sometimes it's just fun to get bits and pieces out and see what works for you on the day. You know, what you've got in your mind is a good starting point, but it might not be how the whole thing turns out. Okay, now let's have this stuck down. I'm going to stick it down with my glue dots. try and make this loop. Make this loop first. Just make sure that the ends are level. There. Okay. So I'm going to put another one underneath, and that will just hold that on there. Let's see whereabouts I want it. I only want the sentiment sort of at the bottom right hand corner, so I don't want that too high. Okay, and then let's find some dimensionals. From my little box. And I'm just going to put one at the top and one at the bottom, and I think that'd be enough to hold it. Now I wanted it over at that right hand side, but that makes that loop just a little bit long, so I'm going to take that loop off. Just slowly peel those glue dots off. I don't want to pull it quickly, else it might tear the designer series paper. And I'm going to make this a little bit shorter. That's better. I didn't want to have a lot over at that one side. Move it over a little bit more. There we go. That's as much as I want. I don't want it sticking out too much. I just want that little hint of ribbon. Okay, and there we are. That's our card all finished. Now let's move some of these out of the way. And I've used green, and I haven't done much colouring, but I do like that card. I think it's nice, and I think it's very poignant, just with the dad and the little girl in there as well. So, and I hope my dad likes it too. So thanks for watching me, everybody. If you pop over to my blog, you will see all the sizings of everything I've used. And I look forward to seeing you all again really soon. Take care. Try and use that green paper. Bye, everybody.